when you love and believe in yourself and humanity, you're able to commit not because of the values and traditions. Those are part of your own baggage, your own culture, your own stuff, your own beliefs, your own all of that. No, you're able to love because you have the oxytocin gene hormone on, because you have a body that has no trauma charges, that you don't know if it comes up, that you're having emotional stuff come up. Your mind is in your prefrontal cortex, your higher social engagement system, and you don't whine about doing personal development and want to be Cusco's and squirrels from Cusco land in the Emperor's New Groove. You're a pacha. So you know how to love because you know every human being has a heart. In fact, the values and traditions are not the reason why you are able to commit. It's because a person who has integration of the brain has visibility within here. So they're able to neuroscientifically, neurobiologically, attachment and trauma informed I am, and a person who supports people to be their self with personal development, their child is always on that energy body, which the 4D mystics don't even know because they continue to cut cords and judge people as energy vampires, dark auras, and demonic spirits and leeches. And they use all these words and they have no idea what a person who has trauma and attachment wounds and PTSD. And so a human being who's an adaptive child, they're maladaptive as a grown-up. That's because they're projecting their low self-esteem in direct communication, passive-aggressive manners, and everything we see in movies, including not knowing how to speak to each other, because boundaries are not about canceling each other. That's called emotional immaturity. You don't know how to have what is called an exchange. Now, some will call it a healthy conflict. No, it's a confrontation when you believe in yourself, because I don't have self-doubt. Having self-doubt would mean I don't believe in myself, that I need your thumbs up. My 0-1-year-old doesn't need your thumbs up, and my 3 to 7 doesn't need your thumbs up either. So the first two parts, child parts, 0-1 attached panic, 3 to 7 shame submissive. Yeah, thanks mom, I have no shame personally, so I know all about how to love. Thank you Jesus, yes, and God. But see, it's not because of the values or traditions. No, I heard words and I still hear the words, and in fact when I saw who doesn't follow the words of love, I said, hey God, guess what? I'm pretty sure I know what you mean by loving, and humanity is part of me and I'm part of them, and we are here to be humble, not play like we know everything. I think some people don't know how to listen, which you'll find when a person is an adaptive child, they don't, because see, the adaptive child is not listening. Their body is not within their higher social engagement system. That's also why they're not in a physiological state of compassion. So their prefrontal cortex is not online. Nope, they're not looking at you with eyes that have no trauma charges lingering. They're looking at you with eyes that do have trauma charges lingering, their child parts, and they don't even know about their low self-esteem because they're going to get ready to project it at you in some way, shape, or form, which won't necessarily look like anything much. But on that note, when you are a person who's empowered, it's because you believe in yourself, and that's because your inner child, your whole 3-year-old heart, your childhood is a lot of memories that are emotional. People don't believe it because they don't believe their emotions. So first we have 6 basic, if I remember correctly, human emotions. So when I'm saying emotions, I'm using it interchangeably with other stuff like feelings, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not perfectionist when it comes to how I speak. But what I'm trying to make sure you understand is that it's not the values or traditions that are screwing up anyone, and nobody's screwed up. We're actually in an era where people are growing more conscious. Thank goodness we have spirituality guru, Sadhguru out there, because at the very least we have someone who talks about how to be a functional adult, and he also teaches you, because everything he does brings you to your integrated brain and to secure attachment being a human being. He just doesn't know how to translate enlightenment the human way. I do, because I'm attachment trauma informed. And I'm a 5D mystic. I bring spirituality, and human elements. So the people who want to keep their belief systems, you keep a belief system. If I'm explaining to you how a human emotionally and mentally is operating and you don't want to hear me, I get it, because I'm not the official therapy people. No, I'm the woo-woo pseudoscience lady, but I do learn from the official people who are gathering and have gathered the data. So unless you want to be a flat earther, because see, to me, that's what you are. If you tell me that you negate all of neuroscience, all of neurobiology, all of attachment and trauma. Now, you can tell me you don't know about it, and I'm going to say, great, that's good. You can go get educated. Or you cannot. And if you're going to perpetuate the whole, I hate humans, I don't trust humans, well, that's misanthropy, and it's not your tradition or values that are going to change that. That's you with a trust break, and you're not doing personal development or something to work to get out of what is your own unfinished business. It's your own trauma response to something that has happened to you. And with all my compassionate heart as a pacha, I would be able to say, hey, and I do share with people, there's good trauma therapists. They do EMDR, child parts work, and somatics. You can get healed. How dare you give me a suggestion how to work with my panic attacks? And that's another one of the ones I have, panic attacks. And yes, people have gotten pissy because you give them ideas on how to work with it. So, Sadhguru, when the well-being of others is above your own, a different kind of strength, a strength that will carry you through life and beyond, will become available. When your well-being and another person's well-being is something you care about because I'm a human and you're a human, thank you, Jesus. And I learned how to forgive, for they do not know, and to turn another cheek. And to believe without seeing. Thank you, attachment trauma research, for answering the very big question that me, a person who supports people to be their self, always asked. Why is it so hard for a person to be their self? Why are you lying through your teeth? As a teenager, all these people lied to me. Then I got older. They still lied. See, when you're not afraid of being yourself, there's a thing called direct communication. So I like to ask questions, especially if I have the opportunity. Luckily for me, whenever people have a little bit of ability to, no, not really. I'm just the one who says, you know what? I found out this thing. I want to talk about it. Oh, I don't know how to lie. I'm a 3-year-old. Don't you know I'm innocent and I'm going to be just as annoying as a 3-year-old will be? So how about you tell me why you lied? They all have the same answer. FEAR. So no, there's no badasses out there unless they're loving badasses. When you find loving badasses, that's when you find a grown-up. So when you know what mutual respect is, how to grow through healthy, it's not conflict, healthy self-worth women, we love to have passionate, healthy self-worth men and women conversations, and theys, by the way, as long as you're healthy self-worth, because that means you know you're not secure in fear. That's what it means to believe in yourself. You have no envy. No, this is part of our human mammalian heritage. That means that you're afraid that you aren't worthy or some stuff like that. So in your body, not my body. Yeah, envy, jealousy, spite, revenge, resentment, all emotions that you can notice if they come up. And you can work with a good therapist with them if they're really, really challenging, because they have a meaning for being there. Okay, so when you have compersion, and my solo polyamory community all knows about it, as well as the secure attachment person, when you can be happy for another human being, even if they put your face, let's just say that they put your face in the mud, quote unquote, but you're happy for them. That's called compersion. They don't have to be one of your lovers, by the way, but how many people have compersion? Well, there's a lot of them. The 5D educators, they're awesome. The healthy self-worth human being. So a person who has compassion, they will always know how to respond. They won't be in an audience with Sadhguru and be like, I didn't have the lady fall. I'm not going to go and lift her up. Really? Like, you're seriously not understanding what it means to go help another human being from the floor? Wow. So when you see and appreciate each other as a team, that's why humanity. If you don't love humanity, then you're a person who misanthropy, hatred, dislike, or distrust of humankind. And apparently the definition of a demonic spirit is anyone who seeks to hurt, kill, divide, or demoralize any people. So I think every single person who hates humanity would fit that. If there were all people who wanted to bring me, their tradition and values. Again, love, intellect, it's this. We have a lot of people, they don't know how to use both because their emotions aren't in a place of self-empowerment. They don't know how to enjoy each other, and that's it, and accept differences. Like all differences, they also don't know how to effectively communicate. When you do know, that's why you love being yourself with other people, and they love being their self. So let's bring together the 5D collective, our 5D relationships. We know how to handle the dysfunction that comes from adaptive children, which are maladaptive adults. It's all the unhealed trauma that they project into the world and with each other. So let's stand for the loving, committed relationships, because secure attachment and differentiation of the self, a whole 3-year-old heart, brings that, because I won't lie to you. I'm going to look you in the eye with no trauma, just with love.